let's talk about the Babadook. So I am currently in my living room because that's the only place in the entire apartment that has any lighting, because the sun is on the wrong side of the planet. Well, technically my room is on the wrong side of the apartment, but it's easier to blame the sun. That's all I'm saying. Always easier to blame the sun. So I'm sorry if the lighting is a bit like on and off and the focus goes off and on and it's just insane. But I didn't have any other place to film, and yeah. It is what it is at the moment, so I'm sorry about that. But let's talk about the Babadook. So I saw the Babadook a few days ago and I really enjoyed it. I didn't think I would because I had heard some mixed things about it. Some people were like, oh, it's so scary, like, oh my god. Some were like, it's so boring, nothing happens, and blah 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 blah. And I was like, this is gonna be fun. So I've actually pushed off seeing it for quite some time, but I did see it and my lighting went off. Thank you. And I was very pleasantly surprised. So basically the Babadook is about a single mother who is struggling with dealing with her husband's death, and she's also battling her son who has this strong belief in monsters, and sinister things starts to happen and we have ourselves a horror movie. So I really enjoyed this movie. It wasn't in particularly a horror movie that you will watch when you want to watch like a fun horror movie, like, you know, Tuck and Dale versus Evil or something like that. It's not Cabin in the Woods. It's not that fun. It's a very gritty and deep horror movie or scary movie or whatever you want to call it. It just really penetrates your soul and everything, because basically it just deals with pain and loss and suffering. And I think that Essie Davis, who plays Amelia, or the mother in the movie, is just amazing in this film. I really enjoyed her. She was so good and she gave so much life and so much pain to Amelia. I also really enjoyed all of the other characters in this movie. The boy who played Samuel was actually pretty good. Like, when it comes to child actors, I don't really have high standards because of the fact they are child actors, but he did a great job. He did overplay it from time to time, but you know, he's a child, it's allowed, you're gonna learn. And I really just wanted to kill her sister, and that's kind of the point, I think, because she's a bitch and I didn't like her. I think that's the point. Should not like the sister. I'm hoping that, otherwise I'm going psycho. Another thing that I really liked about this movie was that it wasn't any jump scares in it. This was basically a jump scare free movie. And nowadays I feel like every single scary movie that's being done is just jump scares. You don't really get scared of anything else but the jump scares. And through jump scares you're just afraid for like 2.5 seconds, if even that, and then you realize it was a cat or a bird or just a normal human being doesn't want to kill the main character. Like, it was maybe once or twice that they used something like the dog was scratching the door and they let him in and then the scratching continued, so you kind of knew it wasn't the dog. Even when they like showed you the dog, you knew it wasn't the dog, it's the Babadook. So that's kind of the way that they used it, so it wasn't any jump scares in that sense. And I really like that, because it gets old with jump scares, okay? It gets old. I love my horror movies. I love them to death, but that's a weird sentence. But I really am sick and tired of like just a jump scare fest constantly. And in this movie we didn't get that, and I really like that. The most frightening thing in this movie was the noise that the Babadook did. It was like in The Grudge. I'm not a big fan of The Grudge, but the noise that the Grudge is making in The Grudge is actually scarier than the actual Grudge. There was a lot of grudge in one sentence, and I'm not going to be able to say that one more time. So we're gonna keep that. The thing that the Babadook did was that he just basically said, Babadook. Like, a lot better than that, but he just basically said that. And I was just, Babadook. What the fudge? It was so scary. Like, I don't know why. And I think we all should just agree that opening books that we don't know what they contain is a bad idea. Like, haven't you seen Evil Dead? Opening books and reading things like that is not good. It just brings evil to the world. And now we have the Babadook showing you that you shouldn't read children's stories that you haven't bought or read yourself, to your kid because he's going to be freaked out and you are going to be possessed by a freaking Babadook. That is my thoughts on the Babadook. A little bit quickly like that. It's not quickly, I've been talking for 10 minutes now, but still, it was quickly in that sense. Anyways, I'm gonna go now. Thank you so much for watching. Be kind to one another and yourself, and I will see you in my next video. May the force be with you. Bye! So I just realized that this hair has been lying very strangely through the entire video. And it looks like I am bald.